Right, so let's get started. Well, welcome everyone to the Flight Community Sync. Thank you for joining. I'm David Espejo, and I will be your host for today's meeting. A friendly reminder that Flight is an AI and data foundation project, so this meeting falls into their code of conduct, which basically boils down to be nice to each other, as you always do. Cool. So next slide, please. Well, we have a bunch of community updates, then an update on the current status of the roadmap for the upcoming Flight release by Niels. Then a demo on the recently released Dask plugin for Flight by Bernard from Pajama. And finally, the journey from POC to production with Flight from Sujit Samuel from the team at Nokia. Awesome. Right, for community updates, probably the first one, next slide, please. Probably the first one, and if you're joining this meeting, you already noticed that we moved to a different platform. And the reason is twofold. First, I think that we want to make sure that no matter which communication channel you use, you feel safe. So Riverside.fm offers better privacy and security controls compared to Zoom. That's one of the reasons. And the another one is that it will help us eventually to stream this kind of meetings to a broader audience. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Stream it to a broader audience. So that's probably the two main reasons we are moving out from Zoom. So if you want to discuss something, ask a question using camera and or microphone, you just need to hit the request live calling button, the bottom right corner of the screen. And if you want to ask a question or comment, just drop it in the chat at the right hand side of the screen. Also, you just want to make sure that we don't have echo. So if you can mute yourself unless you're talking, that will be helpful. Cool. Yeah, I hope this change is smooth for anyone out there, and you have any questions, just let us know. Next up, there's a new post in the Flight blog, this time from our good friend Evan Sadler from HBO. You probably remember that a couple of meetings ago, Evan, alongside with Kevin, shared about the new Flight and Databricks integration and how they use it for the HBO Max service. So there's a full explanation and demonstration in the blog that you can catch up now. Cool. Next up, please. Right, yeah. We are kicking off a new section in this meeting, the community sync, that in the lack of a better name, we call In-Flight Conversations. It's designed to be a space for anyone out there in the community to share something that you have learned. And that's it. It's designed to be a short and sweet space, 15 minutes or less, in a loosely format. You don't need to prepare slides if you're not able to do so. But I'm sure that anyone here in this community knows something that could be useful for someone else. So the goal is to get this started. Today I'm sharing real quick a couple of things that I learned last week after attending Cloud Native Security Con. This is a small conference, well, kind of small, in the hundreds of people. It used to be collocated to KubeCon. And this was the first time that it was run as a standalone event. And it goes all about the issue of open source security, more especially supply chain security problems that if you're not aware, there will be a blog post to come where I will share more details on the highlights from this conference and what we think are very relevant problems, both for the regular software engineering space and also for the MLOps world. So I felt like I was in the middle of two big problems with a common challenge, which basically boils down to traceability, the ability to trace back the results of be it a software engineering uh, pipeline, an artifact, or being an MLOps workflow, and the output of a model being able to trace that back to the actual data and the configuration that produce that result. It's a big challenge right now, and there are new attack vectors now powered by AI. What the world call AI, that is basically LLMs and some other popular models that could really create a new family of problems for open source security out there, and by extension for any organization using open source. So this probably will open up a new discussion. We created a new GitHub discussion. Hopefully you can chime in there and let us know how are you securing or planning to secure your ML or data workflows. There's also a new Slack channel where you can propose any topic, anything you would like to share with the community here. And for sure, you will do it better than myself. Cool. That's it. Next one, please. All right, next up, links and resources. Probably most of this will be shared alongside with the recording. As usual, we have office hours. You can use the add event links to add it to your calendar. You can come here to ask flight maintainers your pressing questions around the project. All right, next one. For the upcoming community sync, we will have, among many other things, we will have Soren Brunk from Yuzu AI Services sharing also their journey with flight. And also, yes, stay tuned for the newsletter that will go out very soon, and the YouTube channel where you can find all the recordings. All right, seems like that's it for the agenda, I believe. And if no one else has anything to comment or ask, we'll call it. All right, thanks everyone for joining. See you in the next one.